Doctors, what's the funniest joke that your patient thought was true? I was working a shift at the clinic when this kid walked in looking like he'd just seen his own death certificate. Pale, sweating, trembling, the whole 9 yards. I asked him what was wrong, and he leaned in close like he was about to confess to a crime and whispered, "I think I'm dying." Okay, I've heard this before. Usually it's a panic attack or WebMD-induced paranoia, but this kid looked genuinely terrified. So I asked him what was going on. He said, "My pee is bright red." Now that got my attention. Red urine is not something you ignore. Could be blood, could be kidney issues, could be a whole mess of things that require immediate testing. I'm already mentally prepping the workup, thinking worst case scenario. When I asked him when it started, he said, "Like an hour ago." I nodded, grabbed my clipboard, and asked the usual follow-up questions. Any pain? No. Any other symptoms? No. Family history of kidney disease? No. Then I asked, "What did you eat today?" He paused, looked at me like I just asked him to solve a calculus problem. And then he said, "Just a normal breakfast, and like 3 bags of hot Cheetos." I blinked. 3 bags? He nodded. Yeah, they were on sale. I put my pen down. "How many days have you been eating hot Cheetos?" He scratched his head. Like 2 days straight? Maybe more? I kind of lost track. I just stared at him. This kid genuinely thought he was dying because he turned himself into a walking flamin' hot advertisement. I said, "Your pee isn't red because you're dying. It's red because of the food dye." The relief on his face was instant, like I just told him he won the lottery. But then he got defensive. "Well, how was I supposed to know that?" I said. "Common sense?" He crossed his arms. "Doctors are supposed to know this stuff, not me." "Sir, you're 16, not sick." I told him to drink water, lay off the Cheetos for a while, and maybe consider eating an actual vegetable. He nodded, grabbed his backpack, and headed for the door. Then he stopped, turned around, and asked, "Would the same thing happen with Takis?" I just stared at him. He stared back. "Like, hypothetically," I said. "Yes, any food with that much artificial dye will do the same thing." He nodded slowly, processing this like I just revealed a government secret. "Good to know." And then he left. I sat there for a solid minute just staring at the wall, wondering how this generation survives on a daily basis. 2 days later, his mom called the clinic. She said, "I just wanted to thank you for saving my son's life." I said, "Ma'am, I didn't save his life. I told him to drink water." She said, "Well, he thinks you're a hero."